Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I want to bring you up something that I found out while I'm doing my free-to-play account Memory of Chaos Floor 6 clear using the team showing here. So as you can see in my team setup here, especially the second half team, I have Tingyun and Serval being the two lightning element character here. And if you look at my stats, I have both Tingyun 45% break effect and Serval both have 83% break effect. I am building break effect on two lightning characters at the same time. And you might be wondering why. If you have watched my previous the break effect tier list guide video, I mentioned that you should only build break effect on Serval herself and no other lightning character, because you have Serval to trigger the break, and also her ultimate, which can infinitely extend the shock duration through the entire battle, so that she will trigger the break for the first time, and then you can use another element, like for example the Fire MC here, to break starting the second time and go on, and so you can maximize the break effect damage. So why am I building both lightning character to use break effect? As you can see, I'm using the break effect rope here on Tingyun as well. So here is why. As you can see, the boss right now currently have no shock, and then I use my Serval skill to apply the first shock, and then immediately chain into my ultimate, which triggered the break on the enemy. That caused the second shock. Now you can see I have both shock caused by Serval. One is by her skill, and one is by triggering the break effect. And both at 4 turns, because the ultimate have extended them both by 2 turns. So 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. And then let us fast forward a little bit here till the boss get break for the second time. However, this time I am breaking with Tingyun instead of Serval. The boss currently have both 2 shocks still from previously, and they have 3 turns left. So I break with Tingyun, and now look at the boss here. It is having 3 shock damage over time on the boss. Where is the third one come from? It is coming from Tingyun, her own break. So as I mentioned earlier, we know that if you trigger break effect from 2 different source of elements, then you will have the both source of the damage over time to apply on the boss at the same time, as long as you can have Serval to infinitely extend the shock damage over time caused by break earlier. But what I didn't know was you can actually use 2 different lightning characters to apply shock to the same boss, and they will actually count as 2 different damage over time because it's caused by 2 different source of character, meaning that they can coexist. And now you can see the damage over time tick here is 3 ticks. 1 from Serval skill, 1 from Serval's break, and 1 for Tingyun break, resulting a total of 9,000 tick damage. And you can see right now here, the shock have 1 turn left and 2 turns left. The 1 turn left is the one that caused by Tingyun break. Now fast forward a little bit more to where I use my Serval ultimate again here, and you will see her ultimate is actually refreshing all the shock damage over time, including the one that was caused by Tingyun's break. And now you can see here, it's 4 turn, and 3 turns remaining. So what does this mean? I am seeing some potential of a mono lightning element team comp, which all the characters have some sort of break effect build in for every single character. And then you're just going to break the boss one at a time with one of your character each time. So you apply the shock damage over time from each individual character of yours. And then whenever it's the boss turn, the boss is going to take an insane amount of damage over time from 4 shock that applied from 4 of your characters. And each one of them have some sort of break effect build. So what are some pros and cons of using this mono lightning element team comp strategy? Well, it is a cheap early game damage, because you only need to have a break effect main stat rope for each character in order for this to work. And also this team comp has an insane synergy with Kafka when she released to do the massive amount of damage over time. But I'm not going to go into detail about how Kafka is going to affect this team comp strategy, because that will consider as talking about leak. We will see when she's released. And by using this strategy, even your healer and your support can contribute a lot of damage to your overall DPS as a team. However, without Kafka, this team comp strategy is not good if you are trying to restart a chamber by beating the timer in Memory of Chaos, because it takes a lot of time to build up the shock damage over time, as you need to break the boss 4 times total for maximum damage output. And it's also very hard to control the perfect break timing for each individual character, because you want to break with every single character at least once to apply the individual shock damage over time onto the boss, so that Serval can use her ultimate to extend it. And if you ever want to maximize the damage output for this strategy, you must max out your character level for all 4 characters in your entire team, which is very heavy investment. So yeah, in the end, this is just a very short concept video brainstorming my new idea with this discovery. I'm sorry, I don't have any footage about how this team comp would work in the endgame gears, because I have not reached to the ultimate endgame yet. I'm still stuck on TL level 57. But I am very excited to see how this team will perform once Kafka is released, and then everyone else is at level 80, and also at the endgame gear as well. So what is your thought? Do you see the potential of this team comp? Do you think this team comp might become one of the meta in the future? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye now.